Glory to Jesus Christ. So it's a couple of weeks before Christmas, and this is when things really start to get crazy in just about everyone's life, including my own. And because Advent is a penitential season, we often experience what the Orthodox call Lenten disasters, which are things that go wrong, and you just know that they're going wrong because it's Lent and because you're putting forth extra spiritual effort, and there's going to be testing from God, and there's also going to be opposition from Satan. So after a while, I've just gotten to expect this stuff to happen, which of course makes it not so horrifying. You expect things to happen. When they happen, you're like, oh, okay, I was prepared for it. Christmas is hard for a lot of people, though. The holidays in general. It doesn't even matter if you're a Christian or not. When you have this season that's supposed to be full of love and joy and light and warmth and presents and money, and, you have people who have lost spouses or people who saw their life savings go down the drain, in their 401k or whatever. There's a lot of people who are just really dreading this season, and none more so than inmates, I think. People who are going to be incarcerated over Christmas, or who don't know and who are waiting on tenterhooks to know if they're going to get to go home or not. That's a horrible position to be in. So it's gotten me thinking about the fallacy of seeking comfort at the expense of truth. This is a Tuesday night right now. I should be going into the prison tomorrow, but it turns out there was some snafu with the room assignments, and so the GED people who are going in there to proctor the GED test, they have to do that tomorrow in our room. So that means there's no church tomorrow. So I've kind of putting my thoughts in this video instead. I think we all make the mistake a lot of looking for comfort. And not just looking for comfort in all the wrong places, but looking for comfort, period, and thinking that comfort is important in this life, which it isn't. When you really think about it, the Lord is clear. I came to bring not peace, but a sword. I came to bring fire, and how I would that it were already kindled. Comfort is for heaven. Peace, worldly peace, not going to happen in this lifetime. And it can help people to understand that the media doesn't get to tell you what Christmas should be. Because the media is not going to tell you what Christmas should be. The media is going to tell you to go to Macy's and buy crap. Alright? Advent is, and I'll say it again, a penitential season. We are preparing not only for the advent of the Christ child, which was a historical event that took place roughly 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, or in Nazareth, excuse me. But we are also preparing outside of time for the second coming, for the return of Christ the Judge. So comfort doesn't really matter so much, does it? And the Lord also said in Mark 2:17, I think it is, he said, it's not the healthy who need a physician. It's the sick. I've come not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Now, that doesn't mean that there's anybody on this earth who doesn't need the Lord, but it just means that, yes, we're all sick. You're sick. I'm sick. We're all sick. Everybody's sick. All up in here. So we need this physician. Now, think about it. When was the last time that you went to the doctor? Or when, even better, the last time if you've ever been hospitalized or gone to the ER. Think about what happens. There's a lot of medical procedures that are incredibly painful. There are some that are embarrassing, there are some that are scary. There are a lot of times when you have to do things you don't want to do, because if you don't do them, your health is going to really take a nosedive for the worse. We seem ready to accept that in a flesh and blood hospital from a flesh and blood physician, but the minute that the Lord starts calling himself a physician, we like to forget this, right? Everyone likes to forget Mark 2:17 because we say, oh, well, if God really loved me, I wouldn't have to struggle with this. If God really loved me, shut up. God demonstrated his love for you on Calvary in AD 33. Okay? So don't tell me that because God died on the cross for me that I don't have to talk about sin anymore. No, wrong, false. It's because he did. that we have to talk about this. Do you get that? Because that crucifixion is telling you something. It's telling you what a serious problem sin is. What a serious problem evil is. It was that important. Now that's not a comfortable thought in the world sense of comfort. But it is comfortable words spiritually, eternally. Now, all this talk about hospitals, let's make one more point. There is one kind of hospital that is concerned with comfort and only keeping patients comfortable. It's called a hospice. It's where you go when you're dying, usually of terminal cancer. Think about that the next time you start whining about comfort. Nobody has to go to a hospice spiritually. As long as we're still breathing, there's hope. But that means hope has to go with work. Hope has to go with prayer. Hope has to go with self-denial and spiritual vigilance. Christmas or not, life is hard. Every moment of life is hard in some way. So take courage when it hurts. God doesn't like it when he hurts you. See, God is not some kind of sadist up there in the clouds, poking people with a stick when they misbehave. No. Don't think of it like that. The Lord is a physician. We know this because he said it. He's a physician. We're sick. We need help. And sometimes the help hurts. But the hurt is not the goal. It's just part of that process. Did you ever see the, I think it was an ad for the Army. It was one of the armed forces. I think it was the Army. And it showed this person kind of hauling himself over this, through some kind of obstacle course, like such as you do when you're in basic training. And the caption was, pain is weakness leaving the body. Spiritually, spiritual pain can be wickedness leaving the body. Maybe that'll help. Think about it like that. Spiritual hospice is not where you want to be. Unfortunately, it's what most people think the church should be. And they could not be more wrong. The closer we get to God, the harder the opposition is going to get. So don't spend however much time you have on this earth. Please don't spend it looking for comfort. You're not going to find it, at least not permanent comfort and not a lot of it. But if you spend your time here looking for truth, you will then also have comfort, now and eternally. Because otherwise we're just spinning our wheels here. Alright. Can you hear my cat? Giblet. She's squeaking like she wants to come in here. Alright, well, I guess that's my cue to go now. Gotta go let the cat in. But, guess that's all for now.